My name is Michael Guinn. I'm a survivor. And I'm here to tell you that today, my story matters. Sometimes you get tired of being a mere shell of yourself. Sometimes you get tired of that loud silence little boys hear as eyes full of pain scream their misery. In my head, my childhood trauma was not just the elephant in the room, it was the whole damn zoo. For a while, sorrow was the color of my life, and a deep darkness consumed me. I made so many mistakes with business, people, family, and put them and myself at risk. I was a ticking time bomb of recklessness. My life used to have a drift to it, a current that pushed me through, and yet it was often at odds with the gravity of who I was. Until I told my story, there was a constant push and pull between good and evil, because until I did, I never expected to survive this. But here I am. And I will no longer be a voiceless virtuoso, silenced by his own insignificance, because I know my story matters. It matters because vulnerability needs to be the new normalcy, so that the next generation of young black boys no longer have to be pawns in this chess match of ignorance and isolation. I tell my story because I know I speak for the forgotten survivor, the intentionally invisible, those who, like me, who were once dirtied by this soiled silence that gave way to the stench of stigma. There was a time when all my days were nights, when even the lifelines on my hands were too afraid to tell my truth. It began back then when trust was treason, when there was no system set up to police predators who preyed on childhood innocence. Where even though I was raised to read masculinity's roadmap, all I did was get lost in its toxicity. And even though it's been difficult to achieve, I've rediscovered the joy that was stolen from me that day on my knees. I've recovered the bits and pieces of me that make me whole, and then I use therapy, prayer, and creative writing as a spiritual glue to cement my own meaning. Now, I tell this story. A story of triumphant struggle, one filled with clever metaphors and witty puns that push this narrative from noose to necessary. A story that goes from heartbreak to heart healing. This man here used to run from the idea of talking about the worst things that happened to him. Discussing my pain felt humiliating and embarrassing. I used to think that I would break down and never recover. I thought that I was the only one to experience anything like this and that no one would understand. Then I met these men, these amazing men healing. Now, I'm a living, breathing transformation, y'all. Mine is a voyage from victimhood to victory, a story of the soul survival. There are so many chapters in this book of Mike G, so many paths on this journey from little him to big old me. They say trauma sharpens our sense of purpose and reminds us to focus on our family and community. That overcoming it sets us on a path where we can give back, and appreciate life by recognizing our own inner strength and resilience. And now, here I am, in my 50s, just finding me. But it's okay. It feels good to no longer hide from hidden horrors. It feels good to be my own ambassador and not the bastard. It feels so damn good, y'all, to know that my life matters, my works matter, my story matters, that you matter, that I matter. Took me a while to get here, but I found redemption in the rhythm of reminders. Oh, I dug deep, clawing, scratching, sifting through years of muddy trauma, layers after filthy layers, and I finally reached the bottom of me and found a treasure chest of change and resiliency. But this is what happens when you have no parental GPS. You rely on social shortcuts. I took the Christopher Columbus route to self-discovery, but here I am. And no matter how different we all are, the trauma, the pain, the terrible things that happened still happened. Survival has become my new language. It speaks a healing that delivered me from the sin of men. It carried me to a place where even though the healing was hard, it was the hope in that healing that gave my soul its momentum. My story matters, y'all, because my passion is to help the little boy and the men find strength to become courageously transparent about their own brokenness. I want men to know that they can edit their stories in ways that foster their own emotional resilience and spiritual renewal. That the trauma narrative can be powerful, positive, and more manageable if they can just diminish the painful emotions those memories carry. Telling your story does that. It did it for me. So I write to heal and gain transformational revealment. Because the worst lie you can tell is the one you tell yourself. Be free, y'all. I have reached the other side of the mountaintop and the view is awesome. It's funny that the places we find community, like our families and friends, they do their best to provide an understanding, but it's often tempered in intolerance. It's time for us to educate them. We can't do that unless we tell our story. But because of the support from this community, people no longer see a man with anger issues because he was hurt. My friends, family, strangers will no longer have to worry that I'll make reckless decisions that put people in harm's way. And I am so grateful to be victorious, to be a conqueror, counting his blessings that he is part of a community who cares. No longer will the pain I endured be a hindrance to my healing. No longer will I have to play down my experiences, at the same time trying to make sense of them. I got this. Listen, no boy who's been abused has to ever feel alone again. Just find a way to tell your story. Get it out of your system because it clogs up your wisdom. Why does your story matter? Because it can be the powerful account of self-actualization and hope that saves your life. It saved mine. Look, I know I'll never be the same, but my future is bright with every day that passes. Every possibility is in clear view now. And my story, just like yours, matters. My name is Michael Guinn, and thank you for letting me share my heart.